What's up guys, jimmY here, and today I want to analyze a match from my recent CPT event, Fightclub NRW, and the match was against Akainu. It was very interesting. It was winners finals of our pool, and I was curious to see how I would perform since I didn't really prepare at all for this event. I just went there because it's close, it's in Germany, I live in Germany, so why not, right? I always like to go to Fight Club anyways. The TO Luigi, shoutouts to him by the way, because he let me upload all of the footage that I wanted from the event. Technically I don't have the copyright for that, so thank you so much for making that possible. And in general, you should check it out. I really hope this is going to be something for the future as well. I really hope they are going to keep doing this tournament, because I will keep coming, because it's a really well organized tournament. So shoutouts to the TOs for Fight Club NRW. Before we get into the match analysis, I want to comment on some things that have been said on my YouTube videos. A week ago I uploaded the footage, as I said. You should probably watch that as well before you watch this match analysis. It'll give you a better idea, I think, if you just watch the regular fight first. I'm going to link it below so you can do that and then come back to see the analysis. But basically I was kind of frustrated with some of the comments, and especially like the comments from fans, not the haters. There were some comments that, obviously there were some comments that said, see jimmY, if you're gonna go to an offline event, you're gonna suck, which is hilarious because I didn't suck. I actually got top 16 at that tournament, and this is the only top 16 placement for any Ryu player worldwide for a CPT event since season 1. Okay, so that was actually a major accomplishment that I didn't really expect, to be honest, but that's besides the point. I did lose the matches that I uploaded, and it's a good, like, it's really good to see how did I get there and what was my thought process. These analysis videos I think are very valuable, and I keep telling my audience on Twitch as well, watch your losses, because that's where you're gonna learn the most. And I think this is very valuable because of that alone. The comments that were actually the most frustrating for me to handle were the ones that say they don't recognize my gameplay in these CPT matches. And I gotta say, this is very unfortunate, because it kind of shows me that people who watch my channel primarily through stream highlights, they don't have a good understanding of the ups and downs that happen when you're streaming, right? When I do stream highlights, and this is a very common complaint on my channel as well, people complain that I'm putting myself in a better light, or I'm purposefully like not showing you guys my losses or something like that, right? Which is not true. Actually, I have dedicated compilations for losses, and those are actually the most entertaining for me to edit. So I have no issues showing losses, but they have to have a purpose, right? I upload videos for entertainment value, and not to brag about my skills. That's kind of ridiculous. It's for entertainment. And if I just show an entire VOD from my Twitch channel, then it's kind of pointless. Nobody's gonna watch a 5-hour video. Maybe that's not even true. I'm not quite sure, honestly. But the point is, I edit these videos to show highlights, right? And obviously that's gonna put me in a better, or it's gonna make me seem invincible to some, I guess. But if you use your brain, really, you have to understand there are ups and downs. And if I show a loss, people are shocked apparently, because they expect me to win, because usually when I upload my stream highlights, I win, right? It's kind of frustrating. There was also a comment that said I looked like a Gold League player in that match, which is ridiculous, because this is literally two grandmasters going up against each other, and if you can't even tell the difference between Gold League Ryu and Guile versus Grandmaster Guile and Ryu, then first of all, it shows that people can't see skill very easily, and this is a problem that I've said that Street Fighter 5 definitely has. And like Street Fighter 4, for example, has visual indicators for skill. One-frame links were visual indicators for skill. If you see a Ryu in Street Fighter 4 do solar plexus into crouching fierce, you know, oh, that was difficult, right? And SF5 kind of lacks that, and it translates to like a poor viewing experience, because people actually can't tell when something awesome happens, apparently. This is sad, and I really hope this is a learning experience also for Capcom for Street Fighter 6. But yeah, that was basically very frustrating for me to see how people reacted to my losses in a CPT environment, and that they couldn't recognize my gameplay because it was there. I was maybe a little bit nervous, but in general, I did fine. I did fine, and I did not go up against like a bad matchup. This is also something that people keep saying, yeah, jimmY, don't feel bad about losing to Guile. It's a bad matchup. No, it's not. No, it's not. Actually, in Season 4, Ryu does fine against Guile. I do not think Guile beats Ryu in Season 4. In fact, in this entire tournament, I did not have to play any significantly bad matchups. All of the matches happen to be against characters that Ryu can beat, and this includes Zeku actually. And I did beat a high-profile Zeku in Gunslinger before I lost to Infectious, right? So no, I didn't have a hard time because I picked Ryu. I was actually very lucky this tournament that I didn't have to go up against Birdie or Akuma, for example. That would have been a problem. But no, in this match, I was actually doing just fine, and I lost because I got outplayed. And we're gonna take a look at what exactly happened, what my mistakes were, and what I should be doing better for the future. So let's get into it, guys. So yeah, as I said earlier, if you have not seen this match before, check out the link in the description and in the comments as well. I'm going to be providing a link for you guys. I uploaded the footage a week ago. This was from 2 months, Fightclub NRW, so make sure to watch the regular fight before you see this analysis. I'm going to be pausing and rewinding and all of that all the time, so this is going to be a bad experience if you're just interested to see the match, right? So yeah, guys, let's get this started.
The low forward on the wake up and the shimmy, like stuff like that, I really like from Akainu.
So pay attention to the start of this match right away. The first 2 seconds really give you the best understanding of what I'm trying to do here and why it's working. So I'm just walking forward right there. I'm being a little bit patient. I'm expecting him to either throw out a normal or a sonic boom from this range. And then I jump. So this is quite interesting because this is exactly what you should be doing against Guile. A lot of comments have told me I was jumping too much, and I disagree with this. I think Ryu can win against Guile specifically by applying this strategy. Walk forward, put him into an uncomfortable spot where he feels like he has to push you back in some way, either through a sonic boom or through a normal. And then you can actually get free jump-ins from there, and then apply pressure afterwards. This is exactly what I'm trying to do, and that's how I'm going to apply this strategy. And you'll see it's pretty effective. I mean, I'm losing this match, but you'll see I could have won. I could have won if I hadn't made certain mistakes. So let's take a look at that.
It be like that sometimes.
So here I'm getting hit by a couple of sonic booms, which is unfortunate, but still the strategy remains. Walk forward and jump in specific ranges, and make sure to stay unpredictable. Also, pay attention to the amount of normals that I'm using here mid-screen as well to make sure he doesn't adapt. I just showed the back hard kick for the first time. I also did a standing medium kick so far. I think crouching medium kick was also there already. I'm showing him a lot of variety right there, and this is where I get rewarded for my jump in for the first time, right?
Just to punish us to back from
Here he got hit by a delayed. Let's go back to that and see what I did. I expected him to do an EX flash kick right there, so I did a delayed crouching light kick to beat a late tech and an EX flash kick at the same time. And I hit him here, right there, right? And this is going to be important later on. Here I also do a delayed jab on his wake up, and I hit him. So far on his wake up, I've always covered EX flash kick. This is going to be important later on when we get to a specific moment in the match. But yeah, first round, that was pretty convincing, and the reason why it was convincing was because I got the jump-ins because of my strategy. Walk forward. This is also interesting. Take a look at that. So why did I do crouching fierce right there? So I do a crouching medium kick, and then right away I do a crouching fierce, right? This crouching fierce, as you'll see later on, is there to whiff punish him in case he does a crouching medium kick that is unsafe, or like not just crouching medium kick, but in particular crouching medium kick is a very popular choice in this range. So So I got hit by the EX Sonic Boom. That's not a problem. Parry some Sonic Booms, and then take a look at that. Once again, this is another perfect moment to illustrate what I'm trying to do. In order to prevent me from walking in on him and give Ryu an advantage, Akainu felt forced to throw out a back fist. And that's exactly where I jump in, because I know Akainu is going to try to stop me on the ground right there. And because of it, as a result, I get this jump in. I don't get a lot out of it, but still. But let's take a look at that jump in. This is a really weird situation, because I thought I got the punish, so I expected this medium kick to hit. It was blocked. Instead, I was already committed to the follow-up medium punch. And I thought, okay, because the medium kick was blocked, I thought the medium punch was also going to get blocked. And as a result, I failed to get an easy combo right there. That was a mistake on my end, because you can definitely avoid that just by paying attention. Every crouching fierce that you see is there to get a whiff punish.
jimmY like there, he likes to dash up when he's in that range, right? Yeah. Akainu knows that. Throwing out a low forward is a great choice. Oh, this is
that was a major mistake. Take a look at that. This is a very common trap that you can set up with characters that have slow fireballs. You throw a fireball, and in case they jump, like you throw a fireball, and you make them believe. Well, let me rewind just a little bit, just so you see the range. This is the range. This is a range where your opponent will be confident in a jump-in attack. And the reason why they feel confident in the jump-in is because you can't easily anti-air them with a DP. Because if they neutral jump, or no, if they empty jump, if they don't throw out a normal, they can get away with the jump-in right there. But this is a trap, because I can just dash and get a guaranteed DP here instead. As you can see, I do the dash, but somehow I'm not really ready for that DP. It's probably because I was a little bit unsure of the distance. Maybe I was thinking, okay, this is going to be a cross-up. Maybe I've tried a cross-cut, but still, this was a major mistake that could have been avoided. And instead, I just get hit like that.
And you know, if he parries too much, you can back knuckle that. Yeah. You can crush counter. So it's a big risk to do that as well.
There, the back hard kick. The crouching fierce has a whiff punch. I'm trying to get those. Akainu is one step ahead and has good spacing on that last attack to finish me off. That was a good round by Akainu.
Very convincing round.
This is also a bad habit that I have, so let's take a look at that. At the start of the round, what do? I walk forward a little bit, and then I do a delayed EX fireball. This is a habit that you might have seen on my Twitch channel. I've talked about this a bit as well. This is something I need to work on. Maybe Akainu watches my streams and knows if he does a delayed EX Sonic Boom, he's gonna hit me right there. Or maybe he just has the same bad habit. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it's hilarious to see that he's basically doing the same thing, and he's gonna come out on top right there because of EX Sonic Boom properties. Yes. So yeah, he's just a little bit faster. But yeah, let's take a look at that. This is a Tatsu that you can attempt. I get punished right there, but this is basically normally from this range, Guile players can without taking a risk throw this Sonic Boom, right? If I was a little bit closer, my plan would have worked. But if Ryu parries, because the parry does not have a lot of recovery frames, normally you expect a block, and the block stun is usually enough to make the next Sonic Boom that you throw as Guile safe. But because I parry, I thought I had an opportunity to get a punish with a Tatsu, and it was very close. That was actually very close, but not quite. So he gets the punish. But that's okay, that's okay. This kind of stuff, you have to challenge this stuff, right? I was just like a couple of frames off max, so you gotta do stuff like that. To make sure you're like you have to create an opportunity at some point, right? Here I kind of finally anti-airs me properly, and this is the first time. Take a look at that. This is so beautiful. Let's take a look at this sequence again. I whiff a standing medium kick right there to bait Akainu into whiffing a crouching medium kick that I then whiff punish. That's pretty beautiful gameplay. But what's also beautiful is this option right there that he chooses. Take a look at what I'm doing right there. Once again, I have the knockdown situation and I go for a safe delayed crouching light kick. And Akainu's response to that is a back jump. This is quite interesting because it shows that he did not cover the meaty attack at all. He was sure because I showed him a delayed attack, he was going to be able to jump out of it. And he was right about that.
That was sick.
That was very clean.
That was sick.
Whoa.
This is the classic jimmY. V-reversal, parry OS. Always beautiful and nice to see, even in tournaments, right? Or especially in tournaments.
Oh, yeah, jimmY, he's got those parry OSs on.
Take a look at that again. This was, I think, the 4th or 5th time in a row that I chose to do a delayed crouching light kick, right? And this is going to be very important because of something that's going to happen in a second. But keep in mind, Akainu is a competitive player, and he's obviously aware of my strategy. He knows that I was covering EX flash kick basically every single time when the knockdown situation happened.
Dragon punch. The German audience is going to be stunned actually.
Right there, I was trying to go for a smart play because usually you see EX Fireball, V-trigger activation, and then a dash up DP, right? And normally EX DP doesn't make a lot of sense because you lose the Oki. But because I'm in the corner, I don't lose Oki right there. I try to get the stun because EX DP does more stun than regular DP. So I thought I was going to get the stun right there into the kill. I was unfortunately wrong about that. So I need one more hit. And this is the knockdown situation that a lot of people got triggered by on my, or some comments said, this is a very easy EX flash kick to see and I should have known better. This is the typical Captain Hindsight comment because no, it's actually not that easy. As I said earlier, it's very important to understand in competitive play, players take a look at how situations played out before and they choose their option based on that. The last 5 times on knockdown I did an option, I chose an option that beats EX flash kick on wake up, right? And because I'm a smart player, I'm trying to play this one smart. I'm like, okay, this is obviously normally a point where people crack, but I'm playing against a competitive player. Akainu's not going to crack right here. He's not going to do a desperation EX flash kick. What he's going to do is he's going to adapt to the fact that I showed him a delayed light kick every single time on knockdown, and he's going to wake up with buttons. That was the read that I had right there. And guess what happened? I did a crouching light punch and he did EX flash kick. And that was not because Akainu is stupid and doesn't know about what happened this entire time or didn't pay attention to my options. It's just that Akainu actually saw it coming. He actually respected my gameplay so much that he knew I'm gonna be adapting in this spot and he's gonna counter adapt to that, and this is why this EX flash kick works. This is something that is, I guess, hard to spot if you're like a casual player and you're viewing a tournament like that. It's always, like, in hindsight, it's always easy to say, should have blocked the EXDP, right? It's not that simple. It's never that simple. This was actually really a genius play from Akainu, and I have a lot of respect for him to put... this whole game was decided right there, right? Akainu was like, okay, jimmY is going to adapt right there. He's actually going to do a meaty attack for the very first time in this set, and I'm going to beat it with an EX flash kick. And if he had been wrong, he would have lost, right? So
decided to not care the EX flash.
This is an unfortunate situation again. Take a look. I have the life lead right here, but I unnecessarily get hit by this sonic boom, and then I unnecessarily get hit by the next sonic boom. So I actually lost a ton of life for no reason right there. And then I block the third sonic boom, but then get hit by the flash kick sonic boom. And now Akainu has the life lead. This must have been really frustrating, honestly, because I gave gave up the life lead for no reason, essentially, right there. These were clear mistakes that should not have happened. I definitely have to... I'm not quite sure. Maybe I was frustrated by that EX flash kick, and but yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. Essentially, this should not have happened. Akainu unnecessarily has the life lead right there because I made a couple of mistakes. Take a look at that situation as well. This is the classic jimmY crosscut situation. Okay, if you watch my streams, you know how consistent I am at crosscuts. And the fact that I block right there is amazingly bad, right? It's probably because of frustration setting in. This is actually a good lesson to learn, because Infectious is always like a robot, right? And the reason why he plays like that is because he doesn't want emotions to get in the way of his gameplay. And this is a good example of me getting frustrated and angry because I gave away the life lead. I'm not paying attention to the situation at hand, and I'm not getting the free damage that is offered right there. I should have cross-cut DP right there. That would have put Akainu in the knockdown situation, and the next mix-up would have killed him once again. But instead, I block this jumping light kick, and now I'm in a 50-50, and I can't afford to take a throw. Akainu knows that, obviously, and he uses this to his advantage. The guessing game is here. Is it going to be a throw, or is it going to be a delayed normal? And it is a delayed normal, and I thought it was going to be a throw. So I lost this game entirely on a couple of mistakes that I did. It was not the EX flash kick. The EX flash kick that I got hit by was not an easy one to block. It was actually genius play from Akainu right there, but the decision making afterwards was just bad from me. So yeah, that was the first game. Let's take a look at what happens in the second.
Your game, your Akainu is gonna get that first game, but jimmY no slouch, man. It didn't even work. That first
right
game,
here, once
but
again, I
jimmY
get a
no
crosscut situation, but it was a little bit tricky to get, honestly, because of the dash that I did. Maybe I was even a little bit more greedy with me trying to punish the whiff normal that he does right there. I could have gotten a grounded hit with that medium punch, but unfortunately I didn't. I was not quite there. Maybe that was something that I had in mind. But yeah, I didn't quite get it. So let's move on. Gameplay is still the same. The game plan itself was really good, actually, in the first game. I actually just lost on really stupid mistakes at the end. So take a look at right here. Akainu is in full control, and then I do a V reversal right there. In my opinion, this is a mistake. You have to always think about, okay, how are you going to win a match? And in this situation where I have such a massive life deficit, I don't think it was worth spending V reversal, because this is a defensive option and I need to get some offense going, right, if I want to win the match. So I do think this was a mistake. I should have tried to block it out and try to build some offense with the V trigger instead of going for a defensive V reversal right there. So I do get the jump in, and I can reverse the corner control. So now I have corner control, right? And this is where you can see me anti-airing properly. This crosscut was typical for me. I was even in the hard kick, but I was still able to crosscut on a reaction. Now Akainu is anti-airing me properly, and the situation, that back fist as well. Take a look at that. Bam. Let's take a look at the situation right before. So take a look at this spot right here. Akainu knows in this spot he can easily do a back fist without any consequences. This is a typical spot where players like to dash in, and he just does a back knuckle just in case I do the dash, and dash happens, I get punished. That was a very safe and smart option.
Oh my God.
And here once again you can see the power of Ryu's Crouching Fierce whiff punish.
Oh my God.
Always looks amazing, right? But what's even more amazing is the option that Akainu chooses right here. Let's take a look at that again.
Oh my God.
So this is a typical spot where, like, strong Guile players will do a jump back jab. And jump back jab is strong right here because if it hits, I die, and the probability of it hitting is very high. I have to do a meaty attack to stop this jumping jab, but a meaty attack is just not good enough, because normally what you expect is players to just be blocking, and if I do a medium punch, I don't get the damage and the pressure that I'm looking for, right? So because Akainu knows that, he's going for an option that is kind of risky, but in the context of the situation, very unlikely to get punished. So I get punished right here. The sad part about this is I actually went for the very first throw attempt in this entire game, and I didn't get it. So that's also a thing. I went for a throw because I tried to mix it up, and I got punished right away. This is a bad habit that I have that is worth analyzing as well. Take a look at that. I walk forward a little bit, and then I do an EX Hadouken, right? This is not something that I should be doing this frequently, and I'm not sure if Akainu watches my streams a lot, but this is a very typical thing that I do. I just do a delayed EX Fireball right when right when the round starts, and I get punished right here. Maybe because Akainu knows that, or knows I have this bad habit, or maybe he just has the same bad habit, and he ended up just doing the EX Sonic Boom a little bit earlier than me, right? So yeah, who knows?
Turn this around, showing some great solutions, but Akainu one step ahead.
So here, once again, take a look at how I earn my spot. So here, Akainu gets a couple of seconds to apply some zoning, right? And I handle this exactly the way you should be handling this. You walk forward as much as you can, as often as you can. When there's a Sonic Boom from this range, you parry it. These next Sonic Booms would have been risky to parry, because then he could have dashed in easily, so I block them, and then I find an opportunity to dash in. Take a look at how I close the gap within 2 to 3 seconds without taking a major risk. This is exactly what I mean when I say you have to apply pressure and you have to put yourself into a spot. Like, don't just mindlessly jump. You have to play a strong ground game, and that means you have to find ways to move in against Guile and make him uncomfortable, and then jump in when you know, okay, he's gonna throw a Sonic Boom to establish the ground game, right? Here I get the knockdown, and this is the first time you see me do a meaty attack. But I get nothing out of it. This is what I mean earlier when I said the jump back jab is safe because meaties aren't that strong, and you could see that exactly right there. But take a look at that. Take a look at that. This is beautiful. This is just beautiful spacing. Take a look at that. Crouching medium kick whiffs, and I get a solar plexus whiff punish. One of the most common questions that people ask me is how to apply solar plexus properly, and I always have a hard time giving an answer because it requires good spacing. Solar plexus is a fantastic tool for whiff punishes, but only, like, this is only possible if you have good spacing and if you have a good understanding of footsies, right? Let's take a look at that again. This is so beautiful. I walk backwards purposefully to make him whiff this attack to then get the whiff punish.
And that's the thing with Urien, when you
take a look at that as well. So now Guile is cornered right there, right? And normally I've always showed that I was gonna walk him down, right? So this is a classic situation for Guile players to jump out of the corner, and I want to break up this habit of walking forward. So instead, take a look at that. I'm buffering because if you do this motion, your opponent can be tricked into thinking there's a fireball coming, right? And so I'm encouraging him specifically to jump, because if he jumps in that spot, I can just anti-air him. Take a look at that.
And that's the thing with Urien,
see that?
when you get those big
I'm trying to encourage him to jump, and it doesn't happen because I'm playing a smart player. So instead, he realizes what my plan is, and instead of jumping, he walks forward and does a sweep into V-trigger activation. Very smart play by Akainu right there.
You get back to neutral. Yeah. You get back to a non-threat movement.
There was another situation where I tried to get that solar plexus, And it was like 1 frame off or something. That was pretty sad. That would have probably sealed this round for me if that had worked. So yeah, very subtle things can actually decide matches. Keep that in mind.
It's all well and good taking that big damage and cashing out.
This was very unfortunate. Take a look at that. I'm gonna play it out again. So this was really weird, right? Because I got a jump in attack and I didn't do anything with it. Let's go back to see what happened.
It's all well and good taking.
So I jumped from a spacing where if he does a very late flash kick, it will not anti-air me properly. And this is essentially what I went for. That was the plan when I jumped in. But what happens here is he does an unexpected EX Sonic Boom, which is punishable with the jump-in attack. But because I committed to not doing a jump-in attack, the hard kick that I do right here is very late. So I wasn't confident it was going to come out in time, but it does. So it comes out right before I hit the ground, and I hit him, and I'm not ready for it because I expected it to whiff, because I thought I missed the punish, which I didn't. But then I missed the punish because I expected this to whiff. So that was a little bit unfortunate. This is also a situation that is important to take a look at that. Take a look at that. So this is the first time I do wake up jab. But then I do a delayed medium punch, and this is, I'm not quite sure what I was thinking right there. Maybe I thought if he does upside down kick, he's gonna be in an aerial state and then just recover, so I can't go for the medium punch. But if I had paid attention properly, I should have realized there was no way he was gonna be able to get into an aerial state quick enough. So this was just a mistake. I committed to the light punch, but I didn't commit to the follow-up attack, which I should have done. This should have been a light punch counter hit into a medium punch, crouching medium kick into Tatsu, but instead I don't get anything.
He went for the upside down.
This is the classic. Take a look at that. Take a look at how stupid this looks. I do a jumping. Take a look at that. How's this whiffing? This is a complaint that I have all the time on my channel. Ryu just has a terrible jumping medium kick. It just whiffs way too easily. You can just low profile it. You don't have to actually block it. You can just low profile it, and that's really stupid. And then I get thrown because of it. Once again, right here, take a look at that. I get an V-trigger activation, free dash up into pressure, and I choose a delayed crouching light kick, which happens to work because he teched again. Akainu has a really bad habit actually of teching way too much against Ryu. He's getting opened up in the knockdown situation way too frequently because of it. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. I'm trying to be patient right there. Even though I'm in a range where I would typically jump, I know Akainu is aware he has the life lead, and if I jump right there, he can finish me off, right? So he's being patient about it. So instead, what I'm trying to do is I try to go for a hard kick right there, but I'm gonna get punished right. Instead, I get punished for it. And now I realize, okay, he's about to build CA, and I have very little life left, right? So I'm in a really bad spot right there because he's about to be able to chip me out if he gets a couple more sonic booms, or like actually just like a medium or a heavy attack into a sonic boom critical art would have worked right there. So I block this crouching light punch, and then I try to do something because I realize I'm in a bad spot, and instead I get hit right there. Let's go back just so you see the situation. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But that's how it goes. That's how you can lose a CPT match. As I said earlier, it's not as easy to just call every EX flash kick easy to read or obvious. It's a little bit more complicated than that, and in my opinion, I had the right strategy against Akainu, but I did have some massive mistakes in there, which definitely cost me the match overall. I could have won if I didn't get frustrated by the EX flash kick that happened to save him, and then I lost the life lead for no reason. That was the first game essentially. The second game I kind of played very well, very smart, but I also had a couple of situations where I just didn't capitalize properly on my openings. This is something I have to work on. But yeah, that's pretty much all of my thoughts for this game. Stay tuned, I'm going to be uploading my second game that I lost against Infectious very soon. So thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.